Welcome to the Talk podcast with ideas strategist Linda Reed-Enever. Talk is where we chat about ideas and inspiration you can use to market your business. Get ready for practical tips you can implement today with your host, Linda Reed-Enever.
Hi everyone, Linda Reed-Enever, and welcome back to the Talk podcast. Well, images speak a different language to words, and that means in our content marketing, we need to include some visuals along the way. So today we're actually going to talk about a topic that pops up about where do I find those stock images or those royalty-free images to be able to create our content, to create that visual representation for our brand. So we're going to dive into the topic of stock images today. For those of you who've not met me before, if this is your first time tuning in, my name is Linda Reed-Enever. I am the founder of Business, the Course Creators Circle, the Marketing Circle, and I lead our impact team here at Enever Group to help you take your knowledge and ideas to market and to grow your business. Okay, so let's delve into today's topic. In content creation, one of your goals is to create content that gets noticed, read, and great images make people stop and look. But images don't just draw viewers, they boost an understanding and a retention too within the brain. But not everyone's a photographer and not everyone has an unlimited image library at their fingertips. And that is where royalty-free and stock images come in. When it comes to finding images to use with your content, there's three types of images online you're going to find: stock images, royalty-free images, and public domain images. Most time, all three of these are actually referred to as stock images, but there are a difference between the three. Stock images have limited usage rights. You need to specify how you plan to use the stock image and the purpose for its use. For example, if you've purchased a stock image and you've planned to use it for an advertisement, you can't repurpose it and use it across a number of areas from there. Royalty-free images are less expensive and you can use them several times and on different projects without needing to shell out extra dollars along the way. Royalty-free images are also high quality, but they don't have the same resale restrictions as stock photos do. This means you'll probably find your same image elsewhere on the web. If you're buying a stock image, chances are that that image, as long as you buy the rights outright, can't be used by anyone else. And public domain photos have no rights reserved and no usage conditions. You can use them and reuse them the way you want as long as the copyright of that image was transferred to you by the photographer at the time. They can be found under Creative Commons licenses as well on sites like Pixabay. So when we start looking and searching for images, great images start with a goal. When creating images for our marketing, just like the words, we need to look at the goal. What is the message that we want it to share? Do we want it to entertain? These images will provoke smiles and spread goodwill. Do we want it to educate? These images will share information and build authority. Do we want it to provoke? These images may surprise and prompt an action. Or do we want them to inspire? And these images are the images that are going to evoke emotion, encourage, or uplift. By knowing what our image goal is, it's going to be easier. So before you start to search, that's the opportunity to help you to get out there. So when we go through that process, we want to make sure that we actually are searching for our images like a pro. I'm going to include with this episode in the show notes a series of places that you can go and search for stock images. Okay, so let's delve into some tips that will help you search for images like a pro. Start searching with one word, whether it's desk or table or whatever you need to look at from there. Then narrow your search results down by adding words, or maybe you need to subtract them if you need to go a bit wider once you've added a few. So things like white desk might be the next thing, or white desk with coffee cup. Using a single search word will usually lead to an overwhelming results, but it'll start to bring up the opportunity for you to be able to refine and see what you want more or less of. You also have got the opportunity there to filter out the orientation. Take a step back after you've done that search. And when looking at it, ask which one stands out, because if it's standing out to you there, then chances are it's going to stand out to your people in news feeds, in blog post feeds, and on social media. When an image holds its own in a flood of others, it's a good sign you found the right one. Consider your text. If you plan to add text to your image, look carefully to ensure there's an open area on the photo that doesn't have a lot of busy text or busyness underneath it, so your text can go in there and be readable. Consider where the image points. Many images look like they point a certain way. Sometimes the person in the image is looking off to the left or right. We want to make sure that that's going to point and follow their gaze or the action to our call to action along the way. So there you go. There's some handy tips to help you search and find stock images for your marketing, and some opportunities to hopefully explain what the 3 licenses is that comes in the stock area. If you've enjoyed this episode of Talk, please feel free to let me know in the comments. I like to create episodes that relate to you. And until next time, happy image finding and creating for your business.
Thank you for listening to another episode of Talk with Linda Reed-Enever. Make sure you subscribe via your favourite podcast app so you don't miss the next great episode. You can find more ideas and inspiration at lindareedenever.com.au.